CJ5 update as of 25 June 2024. Alright, went ahead and inspected the rear brakes and found the passenger side rear to be completely oil soaked. I'm going to have to pull that axle shaft and replace probably the inner and outer seals. And go ahead and replace the brake shoes. They are completely oil soaked, and the ones on the other side have excessive wear on the leading pad. Other side here, good and clean. Looks like somebody's been in there, you know, probably in this decade. But the leading pad is getting pretty thin. Went ahead and pulled the rear diff cover to inspect the gears. Everything in there is looking pretty good. I spun them all the way around, inspected the pinion as best I could from here. Everything looks like normal wear. Alright, went ahead and pulled the top cover on the transmission. All the gearing looks most excellent. I don't see any rust inside the case, even towards the top where it's not in an oil bath all the time. From what I can see of the cluster gear at the bottom, it looks very clean, and we have some normal wear and tear on the first reverse gear. You get that wear on the front of that gear because it's not a synchronized gear, and people have a tendency to grind first gear. You either have to rev match or come to a complete stop. I did drain the fluid on the transfer case and the transmission. I was going to pull the cover on the transmission, but I ran out of time, or on the transfer case, but I ran out of time today. I was going to go ahead and inspect the gears in there, but if it's anything like the transmission, I don't think we're going to find anything wrong in there. Transmission looks in really, really good shape. There was rubber padding down here in the front floorboard where everything's gray. I had some kind of fiber material on the bottom of it, but as you can tell, it's kind of trapped water in the floorboard and caused some rust. Pretty sure we can just take a wire wheel to that and clean most of that up. I don't think there's going to be any holes in the floorboard, maybe some thin spots. And when I pulled the spare tire off to work on this back corner back here, you can see it's pretty eaten up back here. Got some rust through there. You can see the wooden supports in the hat channel, and if you grab it, the whole thing flexes. So that is something that's going to have to be fixed by someone else. Doing that level of body work is beyond my skill level and the available tools I have. I would not drive anywhere rough carrying the spare tire on that spot right there for now until that is repaired. Looks pretty good in here. There's some, it's kind of rusty and there's some holes up there, but that's something that I could fix here if we wanted to. Hit all that with the wire wheel and hit it with a coat of primer and some paint. What got me started on the brakes earlier is that the pedal, basically, there's nothing. We got nothing. Now, I don't know if the master cylinder is going to have to be replaced yet. It's obviously missing the part of the boot. I do know on mine I had to replace the master cylinder, and I basically had to overhaul the brakes, but kind of what you get with vehicles this old. There's a pretty good chance I could put brake fluid in that thing and it would probably leak out the back, but we're going to have to figure that out next time I'm able to work on it, which will be in a few days.